everybody, welcome back to Cards by the Hill. My name is Jane Hill. So this is going to be a Valentine's project, and this is part to do with the little ATC card we made the other day. So I've got here Hunky Dory's flower folding collection, 10 foiled and die cut sheets, as you can see at the bottom. All the instructions are on the back, which is excellent. And we're going to make these flowers as part of Valentine's project. So let's have a look for the instructions. That's good. Let me take you up a bit. And we've got instructions inside: strawberry mint choc medley, pink daisy bloom, monochrome bunch, pastel floral blossoms, regal full bloom. So we've got a lot to choose from, and obviously they've supplied the die cut pieces in sheets. And you can do whichever flowers you want according to the pieces and the instructions. So it's a really good kit, this one. So let me just show you what we're going to do with these flowers. So I bought this Valentine's Day box, and you can pick these up online. And you make it up yourself, and then in the box we're going to put the flowers, and it's going to be a Valentine's gift. So it's quite fairly straightforward to make. It's got all the bits cut out to push together. So that tab goes in there, that tab goes in there. Might need gluing, they're not going to stay. And then these two tabs go in this side, one in there and one in there. And then you've got Valentine's box. There we go. So I might have to glue that just to give it a little bit more strength. So the idea is we're going to make the flowers. Now I've got some paper straws here, which I bought online. And those are going to be the stalks for the flowers. Now, depending how tall they need to be to poke out the top of the box is where we're going to glue them. Okay, so we'll deal with that in a minute. Let's have a look at these flowers. So it's Valentine's, so let's go for, well, let's use the regal ones on the back. So we want the regal full bloom, which is this one here. And then press out the largest die cut flower shape, which is this one here, and pop it out like that. Fold along each of the lines on the back of the flower, gently score if necessary. Add dimension by gently curling back the petals. So we've got to fold back. So let's just do the folding. Add dimension by gently curling back the petals. Add extra dimension to the petals by pinching them. So let's just give them a little pinch. Just a little bit of moulding. Wrap the flower into shape and secure it by the tab. Add tape to the central tabs. Okay, so we're folding it round like this. Wrap the flower into shape and secure it by the tab. Right, so the tabs come into play. So it's going to go like that. There's the tabs. Repeat the process with the slightly smaller flower shape and place it inside. Secure it by the tab. The tab here. So you've got just a little dotted line along that tab there, which is where it's going to be secured. And that's quite a big head, so it's going to be secured like that at the back. Let's just put a bit of double-sided tape on it. Right, there we are. So that's the first one. Then we've got repeat the process with the slightly smaller flower shape and place it inside. Just realised we've only got one flower here. So that's going to be no good at all for our box. So I'll have to use another page. So those are all folded, and then this one has tape to secure it at the back. You've got to fold the tabs. Like that. Repeat again with the next flower shape. So those are going in like that. And then we've got one more left. So again, you fold the flowers over. Fold the flap over. And the smaller tabs. And then we're going to secure that one with some tape. And then that one's going inside the other two. Then we've got remove the long strip from the backing sheet and begin rolling it with the foil inside. So that's this long one here. Start rolling this with the silver inside. If you've got a quilling needle, it's probably easier to do with that. Again, don't know where my quilling needle is. Okay, so we're left with that. Once rolled, secure the non-foiled end before splaying the foiled strips. So let's secure that. So that's that stuck down. Splay the edges. Which is what it's showing on here. Just splay them out like that. And then that's going inside our flower. Like that. So that's our first flower. First of all, let's just tape. Let's get the middle back out again. Let's put some tape on the little folds inside. Right, so let's stick that one together. That's it, and then we've got to stick the little one. Okay, so they're all stuck together, and I've put the splayed stamen inside, as you can see. And now we're going to have to make this thing we can put on the straw to display on our box. So what I'm thinking is it might have to be hot glued to the back there in order for it to be, yeah, it might have to be hot glued to the back of it or underneath it like that, in order for it to poke up out of our box. So let me put the hot glue gun on. I'm using a Crafter's Companion. I think that's always been a good gun. So we've finished with this sheet now of the in full bloom, but we're going to need to make some more because one flower is not going to be enough for our box. So let's move on to another sheet. Let's just put our flower to one side for a minute. We could hot glue the box as well while we're there. Okay, so we've got, this sheet is Pastel Floral Blossoms, which is this one here. That's pretty. Okay, so take one of the die cut flowers, begin pinching the ends. So let's just take one of these big ones and pinch the ends. Oh, he actually wants them pinched over like that. Okay, that's going to be quite a lengthy process. And as I say, this is a really good kit if you can get a hold of it. I've had it for a while, so I don't know if they still do it. Knowing Hunky Dory, they've probably got even better ones than this now. Right, repeat this process for all the petals to add depth to the flower. Apply foam pads to the back of the second flower. So you want a smaller one in the green, which is there, and repeat the process for all the petals. So we've got to go round again, and so you're just pinching them over like that into a triangular shape, making sure you curl the ends in on each side of the petal. There we go. Right, and then we've got to pop that up with foam. Attach the second flower onto the first flower. Repeat this process for the final flower. So we get another smaller one, and we've got to pop that up with foam pad. Okay, so I've got some large ones. So we'll pop that one on there. Like that. So you get something like this. And then of course we've got the smallest one to do. So we just mould those petals. And this one actually does 3 flowers we can get out of this, which is a bit better for our box and might be easier for us to stick the straws onto. So I'm just folding the petals. It's a bit harder on the smaller ones. So you've got to get your fingers and your nails right in there to curl the edges. And the card is quite hard, thick. Okay, I missed one there. Right, so again, pad just in the centre, pop it up, and that's the flower. Okay, right, so that's the flower. Then we've got finally add a gemstone to the centre of the flower to act as a flower bud. Right, so they didn't provide any gemstones, so let me go and get a gemstone. Okay, so I've got a variety here, different sizes. I think we're going to go for the medium one, and that's that. So that's another one we've got. Now, glue gun is heated. So let's stick the box down first. I'm just going to glue just inside the tabs there so they stay in place. And then I'm going to glue just inside the cardboard that overlaps so that stays in place as well. And you can make your own box, you don't have to buy one. I just bought one because it was a Valentine's one. And I thought it would make a good project. Okay, just stick the last one down. So we haven't got to worry about that coming undone. And then for our stems on the flowers, so I think the best thing to do is to glue it under on this one. Just hold for a couple of seconds. So there's our flower on our stem, and then for this one we can pretty much secure it to the back. So let's just secure that one. And they're not going to be looking at the backs of the flowers anyway, so that's fine. And then it does include some leaves. So we could glue a leaf onto the front there. And there's those ones, which will be going in our box. Make up another one of these. Green, pink, pink, green. So there's enough for another 2 of those, but that's going to have to be a different shaped one. And then we've got a couple more leaves that we can use. Then that's that sheet done. So let's make these ones up. And again, you're folding the petals just pinching the ends just to give it some dimension. Like that. If you support the petal underneath with your finger, I find that it works easier. Okay, and then we've got the green one. So that will give us 4 flowers, quite big heads. And then we'll do one more sheet. Okay, so we're sticking that together with a pad. Just as we did before. And then the last one on top. So we've got like some daisy shapes this time. That one does not want to bend. Yeah. The smaller the petals, the harder they are, it seems, to bend. I think this is the only smaller daisy one we've got. You can always bend from the middle. And you can hot glue them, you don't have to use pads. Right, use a pad again. That's the last one on this one. And there we are, there's the daisy looking one. And we've got our gem for the middle. And we're going to glue our stick on. Just like we did on the other one. So we can glue it straight to the back. Like that. Give it a little leaf. There we go, there's another one. So you get the general idea. We've got one left. Then we'll move on to another set. And then I think that'll be enough for our box. Just curling the petals again, as before. Give them a bit of dimension. And we've got a daisy one again. Tell me if you've used these Hunky Dory kits, what you thought of them in the comments. Or if you want to ask any questions. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. It's normally within the same day. So that's that one. Again, on with our sponge. And we've got a small one to do. And we've got 2 leaves left, so we could put 2 leaves on this one. There we go. Another sponge. Gem in the middle. Going to put that on with a bit of hot glue, so it looks like it's lost its sticky. And we'll put our stem on the back. Like that. And just add our leaves. Put one there. And one there. There we go. We've got 4 flowers so far. Do one more sheet. Let's see what we've got. Pastel blossoms. Let's have a go at that one. So that's this sheet. Take one of the die cut flowers and begin pinching the ends. So it's obviously a big one again. So let's pinch the ends like that. Repeat this process for all of the petals to add depth to the flower. Apply foam pads to the back of the second flower. So it's pretty much like the last ones we did. And you're just adding a small, medium and large together with pinched edges using sponge pop-up pads. There we go. Now I don't know if those pads are going to be too big for these ones. And these have a gemstone to add as well, so get a different coloured gemstone for these ones. Right, so that's the 2 together. And then we're adding a 3rd small one, which I think is going to need a small sponge to pop it up, or I could hot glue it. I've got to get some other gems, so I'll go and get the sponge. And that's going to go on like that. So let me go and get some sponge. Okay, so I've got a smaller sponge for these ones. Just going to add that in the middle. Add a gem like that, and then we can glue our stick on the back as we did before. And got any leaves with this one? We haven't got leaves with this one, so that's it as it is. That's very pretty. So that's another one. So we've just got 2 left to do. So let's just sort out pieces here. And it's nice if you mix and match the pieces, so you've got different shapes and colours together. Okay, so I've finished the other 2 flowers off camera, and what I've done is cut some shaped pieces of card from the scallop circle nesting punch, which is a 2-inch punch, and I've just covered the back of the straws with the card just so it looks a bit tidier. I've done that on all the rest, just in case someone happens to look up the back of the box. Okay, so that's all our flowers ready. Back to our Valentine's box. So we need some strips of card to be able to attach the flowers to. So here I've got some strips cut out, which should fit across the box easily enough and can be glued either end. 1/2 centimetre width, and I've just cut them in 8-inch strips, so there was enough to see where they need cutting from. So we're just gonna, because obviously the box goes down and gets wider, so we're going to have to accommodate for the change in shape. And you can have some slightly higher, or 1 or 2 slightly higher or lower, depends what you want. If you want to pop some up higher than the others. Okay, so there's our 3 strips, like that. And we've got to glue our flowers in. So here's our flowers back. So the tallest one and biggest one is going at the back. So that's that first one we made. That one's going at the back, and you can cut the straws down, remember. So we're going to prop him just about there. Like that. Next one on the band at the back, wrong place. If you hot glue them in, then you've got no worries that they're gonna fall out or anything. So we're gonna add one at the back there, so it's popping up behind the big pink one. Now I've hot glue. So we want it popping up at the back there, so it can be seen. Then we're going to put a pink one on the other side. Just want to see how low we have to go at the front. So now I'm going to put one at the front so we can see how much room we've got at the front. Okay, so let's glue that one in. And that one's at the front of the box. You can rub any glue away that you don't want on there. Okay, so far we've got this. Then we're going to take a silver one and attach it at the back, but higher up again, so it peeks over the top of the large flower, like that. Okay, and we've got 3 left. So this one's going to go silver one, down in the middle, attached to the middle card that we put in. Another pink one. Which will pop up at the front here. Just slightly higher than the other one. And one left. I think we're going to do away with the strips, because they're not really serving a purpose. So we'll do away with those. You can put them in if you want. They're not really doing much. Okay. So silver one at the front there. So it's looking like this. And then one more on the right side in the middle. Let's get those in. One more on the right side. You can add more flowers than this if you want to. Let's just put some more on there. That's better. There we are. So there's our flowers in our box. And then we're going to put a message on the front there. But before we do that, we want to add one of our sticks I showed you I purchased in a recent haul, which is going to go at the back there. Just popped up at the back. So let's glue that in. Just going to push that down with something. There we go. And then that's going to hold our little envelope with our ATC card in. Okay, so let's put that in the envelope. That's going on now. So all we've got to do is just add something to the front. There's the box, a little ATC card. Just going to stick that down with some double-sided tape on the back. That's our envelope. And then just going to add something on the front that's Valentine's. So I got those crafty bits out for the ATC card, but didn't use them. So I think we'll add one of these to the front. Just on the card. And there we are, all finished. That's what it's looking like. Okay, so there it is, all finished. And last but not least, I'm going to add some red tissue paper inside, underneath the flowers. Just to cover up the stems. There we go. There it is, all finished. You can see the tissue paper inside. Well, I hope you enjoyed that video. Thank you for watching. Thank you for subscribing. Please do so if you haven't. And I'll see you on the next one. Bye.